Hello everyone, welcome back and thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be an intimate extended reading for the twin flamesy poos and soul connections out there. It will not be for every person watching, so if it resonates and you would love to share your story, please comment below. If not, please check my channel for other messages you need to hear. And remember, time, energy, and gender are fluid. Reverse roles however they apply to you. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss future readings. So first off, thank you so much to my new and returning subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the love and support. For those of you who are new, please check the description box below. All of my details are down there for any of you who want to connect with me on social media. And if you do feel as if these general readings are resonating with you, I urge you to take advantage of the half price special I'm offering on all of my private readings until the end of August. So if that is you, I look forward to reading for you. And for those of you who have already purchased private readings, again, thank you so much for the support. I have loved reading for you, and I look forward to doing more readings in the future. So guys, this is going to be your intimate extended reading where we will be digging into the energy of divine masculine, their thoughts, feelings, and sensual desires. And I will be using all of the dirty cards, which I know y'all love to see based on my YouTube analytics. And so if you haven't already guessed, this reading is going to be for the ages of 18 and up only. So if you are under the age of 18, it is time for you to click off and have a blessed day in the Lord, as some of the images in the erotic fantasy tarot and the Decameron tarot can be quite scandalous, and we don't want any permanent eye or ear damage for any underage children. So if that is you, please exit stage left. And for those of you who are sticking around, let's see what comes out in the reading. So of course, this is going to be the energy of divine masculine. Depending on where you are in your spiritual journey, you may resonate with the divine masculine, or this could be a reading about your person. It really just depends on where you're at in your journey. And as I do like to say, if you are resonating with the twin flame storyline, then please know that it is not about your person as much as it is about you. So it doesn't really matter where your meat suit's hanging out in the universe right now. It matters that you know you're whole and complete with or without them by your side, and that you never needed anyone to validate you. So please remember that if you're watching this reading because you feel as if you're in separation from your masculine, understand that you can never be separate from that which you already are, okay? You are your twin flame, and separation is an illusion. So let's see what comes out. We got a bunch of cards coming out over here. Dang. Okay, so first of all, we got career, we've got strength, we've got home, passion, justice, lighten your load. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. So first off, I think it's very funny how we've got career and home coming up here. We've also got lighten your load, justice, strength, passion. So first of all, strength, passion. Let's talk about Lionsgate. Okay, we are approaching Lion's Gate 808, and it is the same day as the new moon in Leo. So a really powerful, magical day for manifestation. Things that are going to be put into motion during that day are going to manifest very, very quickly. So it's time to get focused, okay? It's time to focus on what it is that you want in the future with your masculine. No more focusing on the past. So I love that the strength card and the passion card comes out, because I do feel as if the masculine has been very strong and possibly holding back their desires for the feminine at this time. But I really feel as if this passion is rising like a fucking volcano, you guys, and it's gonna explode. I think that with lighten your load coming up too, it's safe to say that this masculine definitely wants to release their load, if you know what I'm saying. So they're thinking about the feminine. They're passionate about the feminine. They're being very strong right now, probably dealing with some karmic issues, especially if we've got justice coming up. For a lot of you, this could simply be saying your masculine is getting ready to finally cut those karmic ties and end those karmic cycles. So justice, we know, is the card of divorce and separation, legal battles, and gaining balance over one's dark and light. And so I love this energy of her, what looks like rising out of the ocean, passion and the moon coming up behind her. I feel like there's been a lot of emotions that the masculine's been holding back, and their passion and this energy they've been kind of keeping to themselves and being very strong. And I love the butterfly here, which talks about transformation. But I think a lot of these masculines have been carrying a very, very heavy burden. They've had the weight of the world on their shoulders as they try to hold back their energy from the feminine. But I think that for a lot of these masculines, some of the karmic energy that they're dealing with right now definitely has to do with work. Some of them might have a battle over a house right now. But I do also feel as if the masculine is struggling because they know that the feminine is their true home. They know that they need to start putting in the work to moving towards the feminine. But I think that, again, we always talk about karmic situations. They don't always necessarily have to be about romantic partners. I think a lot of these masculines could have some issues surrounding work and their career. They could bust their ass at work and not have time. Or they could be slaves to the physical world and distorted masculine energy, feeling as if their career or their status quo in the earthly realm is of utmost importance. And that goes all the way back to societal norms, you guys. You know that most men in society have that pressure put on them at such a young age of needing to provide and rise up in the material world. And it's all a sham, okay? A lot of these masculines end up floating around the world aimlessly in distorted energy, and all they really truly want is someone to call their home. All they truly want and care about is being able to share their passion and their love and their emotions with someone who understands them at a core level, and that is you, feminine. So let's dig in with the Erotic Fantasy Tarot and get some general energy about your situation with your masculine. So this could reverse roles, doesn't really matter. It could be about the masculine or about you, and it could just be what's going on in your situation in general. So for the recent past, we've got the Knight of Swords, and we have the Six of Pentacles to clarify. The present energy, we have the Strength card once again. Oh my goodness. And let's see what else. And the Ten of Pentacles to clarify. And what is coming for this connection? What is coming for this connection? Oh my gosh, this one flew all the way across the floor. I don't even know if I can reach it. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what's coming is the Fool and Judgment. Wow. So very interesting energy. Let's check the bottom of the deck. So overall, look at this. We've got the Seven of Swords energy, and this has come up a lot in recent weeks. The Seven of Swords is the energy of someone trying to escape or fly under the radar unscathed. And, you know, we talked about in a reading, I think last week, it might have been an intimate extended reading, where I mentioned how this was the energy of someone needing to sacrifice someone else in order for them to get what they wanted, in a sense. So as you can see, these knives are covered in blood, but we've got all of these butterflies surrounding this woman here. And so I kind of feel like for a lot of you, and again, this could be a mirrored situation, for a lot of you, you may have had to speak some difficult truths, or may have had to quote unquote stab some backs, in a sense, to get away from, or to kind of sneak away from a situation that you know wasn't good for you. This could have involved bad communication or sneakiness, deceit, third-party situations, and perhaps these type of things have been coming to the surface. And you know, unfortunately, something's got to give, right? For those of you who have felt as if your masculine has stabbed you in the back, or you felt like your masculine was sneaking around or being deceptive, you know, they could have potentially been connected to someone else and kind of had no choice at the time. And I know everyone has a choice, right? But as I always say, the masculine, your true divine masculine, is not ever going to do anything to intentionally hurt you, feminine, okay? They couldn't. They couldn't even if they tried. And so I think that for a lot of these masculines, what's been happening is perhaps some of their indiscretions have been coming to light. This could also be the indiscretions of their karmic partners coming to light. And just in general, the deceit, the lies, the sneaky behavior has been exposed. And I do feel as if, again, some uncomfortable truths have probably come out. And this is the energy of brutal honesty. Okay, sometimes even painful honesty. So in the recent past, we've had some truths spoken, some things being revealed with the Six of Pentacles. As you can see, we've got this sexy harem woman here. We've got these men kissing her feet. It's almost like perhaps there was somebody that was spreading their energy around a little too thin, if you feel what I'm saying. So for some of you, this could be truths coming out about, like I said, karmic partners, perhaps breadcrumbing your divine masculine, or them just basically realizing that things were not being evenly distributed. This could be about money too. This could also be, karmic partners hiding finances, withholding money, and basically trying to control the financial situation. And I think a lot of these divine masculines have been speaking out about that and being honest about how they feel things are going in their situation. This could also be them coming to the realization that they have also breadcrumbed the feminine in the past, made the feminine feel as if she had to beg for the divine masculine's affection. But overall, I also see this as the energy of someone gaining balance. And with the Justice card coming up here, perhaps this could also be why, feminine, you had to go through this lesson with your masculine, because maybe your masculine breadcrumbed you because that's what they were used to, okay? And not saying that's an excuse, but perhaps that's all the masculine has ever known, especially if they've been with karmic partners or they've dealt with financial situations with work or family or friends where they felt like they were getting screwed, essentially. So, I think that in the past, I think the masculine has acted out of preservation, and unfortunately, the feminine ended up a casualty of those situations, which I know definitely hurts the masculine, because as I always say, what happens with the feminine ends up coming out in the masculine's life as well. It's always a mirrored situation. And so when you feel as if something is being done to you, remember that the masculine is experiencing those same things. It might not be the exact same scenario, but karmic justice will always be served. And the point of Twin Flames is to come here and learn these lessons and be able to vibrate in your highest self to come into union. So again, painful things may have been coming to the surface, truths that have maybe been shocking about the balance of finances or the balance of energies that were not evenly being distributed. So with the Strength card and the Ten of Pentacles here, I think that the masculine also, once again, as I said earlier, is being really strong right now and holding back their passions and holding back their intentions, because I see this lonely feminine here being prepared for her wedding, but there is no masculine to be seen. Okay, there's just her, and she's looking down wistfully at the ground, and I'm hearing like, are they going to show up? Are they going to show up? So for a lot of you feminines, you could also be feeling like you're being very strong right now in holding that door open for the masculine and allowing them to show up still at this point, because I'll be honest with you, as a feminine and as someone who connects with a lot of feminines in the community, I know that it's hard to continue to be strong when you feel this energy of perhaps like you're going to be left at the altar in a sense. But remember that everything is happening for you, not to you. And I think that the lesson of strength is important here, and also very relevant, especially coming up to this Lionsgate portal. I think that the energy is really supportive right now for both masculine and feminine to be strong and remember that union is promised, okay? It might not look that way right now. Perhaps you're looking around, feminine, and thinking, where is my masculine? Is he ever going to show up? Is he ever going to talk to me? Are we ever going to come into union and finally have this family, this happy life together? And the answer is yes, but the thing is you've got to envision it, okay? And so with Judgment and the Fool coming out here, I think that Spirit is really tooting this horn up everyone's ass right now and making everyone look back at the past and realizing where you've repeated karmic cycles, understanding that, again, everything's happening for you. Everything that you're being guided to and led to, it's for a reason, even the painful moments. And if it weren't for these painful moments, and these things and lessons that you've learned, a new beginning wouldn't even be possible. Okay, and it won't be possible if you can't still imagine it to be so. If you can't envision the future with your masculine, or you feel as if you're so stuck in the past and hurt and regret and sadness and abandonment, and you can't heal from those things, or you can't be willing to try and move past it, then Spirit's going to continue to make you cycle back into those same dark night of the soul moments. You've got to be willing to envision the new beginning for it to be able to happen. And I think that's what's happening for the masculine as well. Perhaps masculine has also been repeating some karmic cycles that they would rather not repeat, but they're starting to see that they had to do so in order to really truly be prepared for this new beginning with the feminine. So let's go ahead even further, and we're going to see what the masculine is currently thinking and feeling at this time. And we will be using the Decameron Tarot, which probably is the nastiest deck I own. So in the masculine's thoughts, we have the Page of Cups. So they're definitely thinking about apologizing, sharing their feelings, being honest. And I think also some of these masculines could be coming to the realization that perhaps in the past, there were unrealistic expectations of what this connection between you and them could even be. And I know they want to apologize for the deception, for the mistreatment, for the lies. And for some of you, you know, again, omission could even just be the issue here. Okay, for some of you, maybe your masculine never even explained themselves and just ghosted. And unfortunately, that's probably better off, okay? So for some of you, you've been through a lot with your masculines and you've had tumultuous communication and scenarios happen with you. But for some of us out there, we've not even had a single explanation from our masculine. So if that's you, I think that this masculine is thinking about coming forward with an apology, knowing that they need to be honest about their feelings. And I know that they aren't planning on doing that in a big grandiose way, but as you can see here, just a little wine is all right, right? Just a little bit of wine poured down the back, a little light spanking on the booty is really all that's necessary here, right? It doesn't need to be anything more than that. I think that this masculine wants to come in a lighthearted way and even be innocent and playful with you. And again, following along with that energy of the Fool, I really feel this masculine is ready to take this risk. Okay, they're ready to take the leap of faith. They know that they've cycled back and through these cycles many, many times. They're ready to release this burden and share their emotions with you, even if it's not an outpouring of a tearful exchange. It's going to be more playful and lighthearted than that. So let's talk about their feelings. What are they currently feeling for the feminine right now? Wow, so we've got the stars, and this image always makes me laugh. So he's over here fantasizing, okay? But we've got this woman over here leaning over a kettle, and she's peeing in it. And so I don't know, I just think to myself, this masculine could feel very comfortable in hoping for this connection to go somewhere, even if it might feel perverse, even if it might feel like something they shouldn't be wishing for. This to me is like one of those kinky fantasy moments where the masculine's in his room in private, fantasizing and thinking about all of the nasty ass things that they want to do with you, feminine, and they're wishing for it, they're hoping for it, they're praying for it. And I'm hearing Lucky Star by Madonna. So, you know, this masculine, you are their lucky star, and they know that that it's divine. They know this connection has been divinely guided and brought to them, and they realize that their feelings for you go way beyond space and time, feminine. So let's talk about how this masculine is viewing you in the physical. So we have the Knight of Cups. So we're moving forward just a little bit ahead, but the same energy. They see you, feminine, and they know that you have put yourself out there emotionally. They know you wore your heart on your sleeve. They know you were honest about your emotions. And perhaps you came towards them in a gallant effort to try and open them up and get them to share their feelings. But as you can see, we've got this masculine up front with all of his clothes on, helmet on, everything, and this feminine riding joyfully on the back, completely naked. So feminine, they see you as stripped bare. They know that you have honest and genuine feelings for them, but there's an element of fear here still, as we do have a snake wrapped around this cup of love. So I think that also, feminine, for some of you, this masculine could be afraid that some of you feminines, this masculine is protecting you. They could be dealing with some snakes in their own environment and knowing that this love is somehow tainted because it's not genuinely honest. They could never have been honest with you, especially if there are snakes that they're dealing with. Why would they want their snakes and their baggage and all of the bullshit that they're dealing with to come in and destroy your world? They wouldn't want that. And so I think that on some level, this masculine is trying to protect you from that energy, which could be why, again, they don't feel like they can rise up in the same energy as you right now. There could still be some loose ends and some snakes that need their heads chopped off in a sense. So let's see what this masculine is truly intending when it comes to you. What are their intentions? Oh, so it looks like we've got the Seven of Pentacles, which obviously one of my favorite positions, as y'all already know. This man is looking like, damn, I never thought it was going to be this good. She is squealing in pleasure. And, you know, I think it's funny how we've got this blue shadow here, making me think of communication. I think this masculine, in a sense, could also have some blue balls for some of you, not being able to move forward in their manifestations, because Seven of Pentacles is that set it and forget it energy. It's planting the seed, if you know what I mean. So for a lot of you, these masculines have planted the seed physically, metaphorically, and it's not really able to go anywhere right now. It's not going anywhere. It's one of those things where you just need to wait for it to grow and come into fruition when it's ready to come into fruition. This is needing to be patient and waiting for the fruit to harvest. So for a lot of you, this masculine is intending to see through to the seed that grows, okay? And they know that they've planted the seed and manifested this life with you, and that things have been put on hold, but they fully intend on finishing the deed. So let's see what this masculine's true desire is. Nice. And we've got the Three of Cups, which is reunion. This masculine wants to reunite. And I love how I said earlier, a light smack on the ass. And we've got this guy lifting up her skirt and giving her a nice little squeeze. Hopefully a little slip of the fingers as well. So the Three of Cups is celebration, it's reunion, it's happiness, it's coming together with friends and knowing that you can trust the people that are around you. They cannot wait for you two to reunite so that they can celebrate and start this new journey with you, feminine. Okay, they're desiring it, they're waiting for it, and they're being very patient for it. And I think a lot of you, the reason the Strength card is coming out twice is because, like I said, this masculine is doing everything in their power to hold back the passion they're feeling for you right now, to the point of blue balls, like I said. So what is something that we do not know about the masculine's journey right now that we need to know? And look at that. I cannot even fucking believe this. We have the Strength card again for the third time. So I love... Again, it's one of those images where the female is completely nude, but the masculine still has their armor on. It's like they know that the passion they have for you is insanely intense and they're ready to blow, feminine. But as you can see, we've got this woman kind of pulling the sword from the sheath here. It's like you already know the truth. You've already revealed that truth. You can already see and feel your masculine's energy. For those of you who connect with your masculine sexually in the 5D, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, sexual dreams, visions, feelings, what I like to call as now memories. Okay, if you watch Stranger Things, it's kind of that feeling. It's like something you feel like you've experienced before, almost like deja vu, but it's a completely new memory. It's very intense and so strong. So I think really the message here that we need to know about what's going on in the masculine's environment and their situation is they are being so fucking strong right now. And it's taking everything in them to not just basically blurt out the truth and come forward. But for those of you who keep up with these readings, as I always say, you want your masculine to come forward in the right energy, okay? The last thing you want is your masculine to come forward to you in sexual energy, but not really truly be ready to manifest that life and vision with you. So for those of you who feel that feeling of blue balls, or you feel like you are being withheld from your passions right now, it's because your masculine's passions are fucking rising, okay, through the roof. So let's take a look at the bottom of the deck and clarify that 7 of Swords energy. We've got the 2 of Swords. Not even surprised. So I love this image here. We've got both individuals wearing a mask. So I think on some level, the masculine has been afraid to communicate. They've been indecisive. They kind of maybe still are not ready to come out of hiding. But I don't think it's because they don't want to be honest with you. I think it's because in order for them to be honest with you, feminine, they would need to be honest with themselves. And I think that could be what they're struggling with right now, is truly being honest with themselves about what they want, because they know, some of them already know that they still have one foot in the past and they need to remove that foot very swiftly and put both feet into that full energy if they're going to say anything at all. So for those of you who feel as if you are waiting on your masculine to communicate, right now I think what's going on is the recognition of needing to make that decision and finally take their head out of the sand and admit the truth to themselves about these feelings of passion that they've been feeling for you, feminine. So very interesting energy coming out in this reading. Let me go ahead and just not put the whole deck up there. I'll just go ahead and lay this one card here. And of course I had to peek. I said I wasn't going to peek, but I did. Look how pissed this lady is. So hopefully, feminine. Feminine, why do I feel like some of y'all are sitting there like this? Tits out, in bed, like, if this masculine doesn't make up his fucking mind. But I also feel as if this 4 of Swords energy is so important, okay? If there were third-party situations or heartbreak or sorrow that you guys had to deal with in this separation period, it's so important to heal from that energy before any decisions are made, right? We want to make sure that we're able to lay rest to the past and rejuvenate and kind of come to a place of surrender within ourselves where we can be honest about the direction we're choosing to move forward. So if those of you out there who are feeling that frustrated energy, just remember that healing takes time. It is not a linear process, okay? It is not. I can't tell you how many times I have felt healed, like, oh yeah, everything's cool now, I understand it all, and I'm so healed from it, and then some shit will happen and it will trigger me and make me feel all of those feelings of abandonment and frustration and the feeling like I wasn't good enough or that I wasn't chosen, and you know, it just, every time I have to cycle through those thoughts and those feelings, it just is a reminder that all of this is about what's going on with me and what's going on within me and what's going on within you, okay? Once again, it doesn't matter where your meat suit's hanging out, okay? What matters is that you understand that you are whole and complete with or without this person. They have their own journey to go through, in their own time, at their own pace. Okay, so it's important for you to release those fists, feminine, and allow yourself to be patient, because this Seven of Pentacles pops up for a reason. Masculine knows the seeds that they have sown. Okay, they are aware, and they want this just as badly as you do. But I truly feel as if they're wanting to go about it in the correct way. They don't want to hurt anyone, and it might be really hard for them to come to terms with their discretions from the past. A lot of them may have tried to sweep all of that under the rug and carry everyone else's burden and try to forget about their own. But unfortunately, what's done in the dark will always come to light, okay? And so let's go ahead and get some mystical or Norman cards and see what could potentially be blocking the masculine at this time. Not surprised, we have the moon coming out. Let's see if we have anything else. So first of all, I love how the moon reminds me of the Hermit. Again, this masculine is having some trouble with coming to terms with their deeper emotions. Their passion is there. They feel the connection. Okay, they feel you, feminine. And they're definitely trying to connect with you, as the moon does also represent dreams, illusions, fantasies, but also things coming to light. And with the Hermit kind of a feel down here, I think that this masculine could be struggling to really look within themselves and acknowledge these feelings and let them come out and shine. Okay, let's see. We've also got the ship. And so the ship is all about a long journey. And when you're out in the middle of sea, in the middle of your journey, and you're ready to come home, it's not that simple. So for a lot of your masculines, they could feel like they're stranded out at sea right now, along for a ride that they thought they signed up for one thing, but it ended up being something else. Okay, I'm hearing coerced. So for some of you, your masculines could have been coerced down a certain path, which they at the time might have felt would be prosperous or somehow beneficial to them. But at the end of the day, with this mischievous grin on the whale, I just feel like some of them were played for fools. And now that they're out in the middle of the ocean, they're finding it hard to get back home. We also have the scythe. So this reminds me of like the Ten of Wands energy, and we have Chiron up here, which is the wounded healer. So they know that it's time for them to lighten their load. This card also reminds me of the Ten of Wands. They've been burdened. They're reaching the end of this cycle. And what it's going to take for them is to finally decide to put it all down and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm not putting any more energy into this anymore. I've done enough work. I've done plenty for other people. It's time for me to end that karmic cycle and finally start doing work for my own self. And we also have the Book. So I love how we have the two flames here too, and this Aries energy. The Ram, and then we have Pisces up here. The Ram reminds me of the Emperor. I think also that for some of you masculines, it could just be a struggle as they learn about the twin flame journey. A lot of them may be becoming enlightened to the journey and the connection. And with all of the literature and the websites and the stuff out there right now about twin flames, I mean, anyone who keeps up with celebrities have probably heard the term twin flame, especially if you've ever seen a Megan Fox film, or you like Megan Fox or Machine Gun Kelly. They're talking about being twin flames. It's out there. It's a trend. Okay. And so for those of you who know that you're not just along on the twin flame journey trend, and you know that you're deeply connected and at a soul level with this person, they are starting to awaken to that. And it could be very hard for them to understand. Okay. The book is about learning something, gaining new knowledge and wisdom. With the energy of the Emperor sitting on top of the book, they're being awakened to their role in the journey. And again, it's going to take them some time. So let's get a Mystic Sisters card and see what the advice is for you, feminine. And that card came out really quickly. So we have the Gypsy Queen. We also have Witch's Brew and Hecate. I think that's how you say it, Hecate. So I'm going to read from the book on these because I do not use this deck very often. And I'm sure you would appreciate the meanings in here. But the Gypsy Queen is about karma, okay? So karma and self-assessment. The Gypsy Queen is a disciplined, persistent, and focused goddess. The dragons behind our queen symbolize good fortune. In her hands, she holds a crystal ball for scrying, a form of divination, to gain mystical insight into her own subconscious mind. She is adept in this art, and she knows herself well and has a deep insight into her own motivations. She understands her own personal strengths, and she's aware of her character defects that are in need of improvement. She now has a clear course of action. Gosh, my nose is itching. I'm so sorry. Clear course of action to take to improve her karmic path. Drawing this card calls upon you to practice focused and honest self-assessment of your intentions and actions. So remember that you are always mirroring your twin. Okay, if there's any karmic things that need to be settled in your own environment, now is time for you to connect and close out those cycles once and for all on your own side of the spectrum. And again, those situations will be reflected in your masculine's physical world. So we also have the Witch's Brew. I don't think I've ever actually gotten this card come out in a reading, so I'm kind of excited. So Witch's Brew is cultivate, healing, and refine. The witch stirs her cauldron full of the perfect healing herbs to cure anything that ails you. Her whole world is rich with resources, and she has cultivated it all to concoct her potions. Throughout time and through extensive efforts, she has developed skills, knowledge, and wisdom. This goddess is creative, industrious, versatile, and talented. Damn, sounds like she's talking about the divine feminine. So everything you've learned on this journey, feminine, it's all coming together for a reason. It's to cultivate you and to refine you into your highest self. So she gives a centered feeling of well-being by the warmth of her fire. When this card is drawn, it is time to develop and refine your own qualities of constancy, attention, and imaginative consideration. It is well worth knowing what you don't know and taking the time to fill in the gaps of your knowledge in your chosen interest. So focus on what you're manifesting right now, feminine. Again, Lionsgate is going to be a very, very important portal for you to manifest, and you want to be in your best energy when you do so. And again, I'm looking at this image of the feminine with her hands on her hips. Just relax and allow yourself to close out your own karmic cycles. And karmic cycles for you could be holding on to the feeling of abandonment, understanding that needing that validation in the physical has been holding you back. Perhaps focusing too hard or forcing the outcome of the divine masculine is actually in turn slowing your manifestations down. When you're manifesting, remember to put your intentions in and focus on that outcome, and not to allow yourself to be distracted by the outcome not coming in the expected time frame in which you desired to manifest it. Okay, remember that everyone has free will. Okay, and the divine masculine is going to come when he is ready to come. No matter how good you are at your job, feminine, they're going to come when they're ready to come. And so with the final card being Hecate, so this is about being at a crossroads or a turning point. Hecate is an ancient triple goddess, a maiden, a mother, and a crone. She is a guardian of crossroads and a guardian of transitions. She's able to see through the veil of time to determine your fate. She requires you to make a conscious and independent choice. You have come to a crossroads and a decision must be made. Weigh your options carefully and project the likely outcomes as accurately as you can before taking action. Seek the wisdom in others around you, both older and younger, to gain a fuller perspective of possibilities. So I'm thinking about the whole Two of Swords energy now. If you feel like you yourself are at a crossroads, it's time for you to get real clear about which direction you're wanting to go. You can't want to manifest your divine masculine and want to forget them at the same time. If you truly want to manifest your divine masculine, it's time for you to rise up in that energy of that power of the moon goddess. And you don't necessarily need to ask anyone else's opinion, because I think deep down you already know the answers. Okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and get some maternal messages and end the reading and see what the divine masculine would like to say to the divine feminine at this time. What are some things that the divine masculine would like to oh gosh, please don't burn down the house. Would like to communicate to the feminine? Do we have any more? That one's coming out. All right, so let's gather. We don't need any cards setting the house on fire, burning down my setup here. So I've been having dreams of you. So with that moon energy popping up as a challenge, perhaps that could be something the masculine struggles with. Constantly dreaming of you, feminine, connecting with you on that 5D plane could be kind of confusing. And so again, as they awaken to the journey, having dreams of you could be like their way of connecting with you. Oh, I'm done running from this connection. Good. I've been telepathically communicating with you. So for those of you, especially during this Lionsgate portal, and I know it's been happening to me, I've been hearing it from a lot of my clients, the feeling like they're actually speaking directly to you. This whole, oh my gosh, you guys, I just got a shock through my spine. So what did I say earlier with the book? This whole twin flame stuff sometimes scares me. So again, they're awakening to this journey. They're starting to see. They're starting to see things. And it is scary sometimes. I'm so attracted to you, you don't know what you do to me. So their passions are rising. Temperature rising. God, that song is so old. So give me a chance. This masculine knows they need to be asking you for a chance. They know that they did not come correct in the past. Just wait on me. Please don't give up on me. I can tell you don't trust me. I want to change that. I want to dedicate a song to you. So for those of you who connect with your divine masculines via song, I know y'all are looking forward to the mid-month musical messages edition. And finally, I know more than you think. So this masculine is definitely waking up. They are waking up to the journey. They're waking up to the connection. They're being more open to it. And it is scary, guys, but wow. And bottom of the deck, I miss being intimate with you. So, you know, again, it doesn't always have to be about sex. I mean, intimacy can be anything. Intimacy can be as simple as making eye contact, okay? And so for those of you who feel connected to your masculine in the most intimate ways, they feel that same way about you, feminine. And so hopefully this reading resonated for someone out there. And again, thank you so much for joining me. And if you do feel as if this reading resonated, I would be absolutely honored to read for you in a private reading. And please take advantage of the half-price special I am running until August 31st. So I hope that you guys enjoy the Lionsgate energy, spend time soaking up the sun, and manifesting your best life. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. I love you so much. Bye.